I have several GoPros, but these two in particular I end up using at the same time. So I like to be able to sync up the views from the camera, and I usually do that through the audio. Like I might clap at the beginning of the video, so I have a very obvious marker in which to sync up on. It would be nice if I could start them recording at the exact same time, which is why I got the GoPro Hero remote here. Now, this is water resistant. You could go swimming with it, but the thing is, once you go into water, I think if I understand correctly, the radio waves from it are not going to be able to propagate very well, so you might not be able to activate. So the protection in water is more just to keep it from getting damaged, but not for functional reasons. Now, I haven't opened this up yet, so let's see what's inside. First, I'll just let you see the box for those that might be interested in what the box says. So front, sides just have the company name and website, nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom. And then there's the back. Now, let's get this open. Here we have everything that's in the box. So we have an instruction manual, USB-A to USB-C. I suppose that's for charging. Here's a wrist strap, and then we have the remote itself. Now hopefully this remote will carry some amount of charge, so I'll be able to start using it immediately. So let me glance at the instruction manual and let's see what it tells us. Okay, so the instruction manual is in two languages. They have English and they have Chinese written out in here. See if there's anything that you might want to see. So they show how to put in the wrist strap, the initial setup guide, getting to settings, some usage information, and some FCC notes. So of that, I think the thing we're most interested in is the setup guide. Of what we saw, I think the setup information is the most important information. The wrist strap itself looks intuitive because there's a slot that's in the back of here. If I feed this through, and if I can get it to the other side, and there we have it. So from here, you can just fold this around, and that's it. I now have a functional wrist strap. So looking at it, I see a mode button, settings button, and the button for telling the GoPro to start or stop. There is a protective film that's on the front. I'm not going to take that off. I know that looks scratched up on this video, but that it's only the film that has the scratches and blemishes. That's not the screen itself. Power button for the remote itself is on top. So if I press and hold this, let's see what happens. I see a red light and it's starting up. Okay, well, we're going to see if we can do this without using the manual. I see the first thing it has on here is an option to pair to new. So how do we navigate to this? I'm going to guess that the mode will take me to something else. Let's see. Yep, so the mode selects. Let's see what this button does. Okay, so mode goes down, or mode goes up, this button goes down, and I'm going to guess that this is for selecting. So we're going to pair to new. Let me get one of these GoPros turned on. So I see I have a pair device option on my 13 at this level, whereas on my 11, I think this is an 11, it's not immediately there. So where would I find it? Wireless connections. Let's see, there's connect device, camera info. Let's see, connect device. Okay, to a remote. Let me just see if I have the same options in here. If I go into preferences, wireless connections. Yep, so I think I need to use the that top instruction. So we're going to do pair device. Okay, so I'm going to select pair to new here. Scanning. So what do we just pair with? Okay, I see 1 of 5 on here, so I need to get it back into pairing mode so that I can pair the next GoPro. Just tap it. Okay, so we want to pair new. And now it says connection successful. Let's turn this other one on, and does it show both cameras? So I see this is showing cinematic 4K. It does change modes. Okay, I've got it paired on both devices. And so now, actually let me back out so I can show you how I even got in here. So right now it's connected to one of the GoPros. If I just press the power button once, I can go to connect to, so down, connect to, and now I want to do multicam. And let's make sure that both of the devices are on. And now it's connected to both of the devices. Now before I do anything, I just realized that one of my GoPros does not have a memory card in it, so I must go and grab a memory card and then I'll be able to test this out. Both the GoPros are turned on, and you can see that it's over here facing some other stuff that I have when the screen's just turned off. So let's tell it to start recording. Okay, both devices are recording, and one of them just stopped. Are these not in the same mode? That's strange. Maybe my memory card's full. But you know what? They're out of sync now. So if I press this button again, okay, so it stopped and I see what's wrong. They are in different modes. If I press the mode button, one of them is in night. Aha, okay, now time warp versus time lapse. So I see what happened. When I had this connected to one and not the other, and I pressed the mode button, that got them out of sync with each other. And so now I realize that all this is really doing is sending them both the same signal at the same time. It is not actually communicating a specific mode, which is fine. Now that I know that that happens, that's something I know to check. Now they are both in video mode. So I'm just going to wave my hand in front of it. And the test I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to start recording and then stop recording. And then I'm going to overlay the videos on each other. Actually, you know what? I need to take the anamorphic lens off, otherwise they're not going to look the same. But I'm going to I'll put the videos side by side. Then we can see how in sync that they are. So here we go. Start recording. Okay, they both seem to be recording. What's something I'm going to do in post is I'm going to put the counters, arrange the counters so that you can see them at the same time. My eyes had to jump back and forth between them, so I can't really tell how in sync they are. But I'm just going to move my hand around a little bit. And so when I have the video side by side, you should be able to see whether or not this is in sync. Although something else that I'm thinking about right now, this might actually be a bad test because this is the Hero 13, this other one is a Hero 11. So they might also just have different processors and thus take a different amount of time in order to start up. So any difference in the frames might be my fault because I just realized I don't have the exact same camera and I probably never will end up having the exact same camera. At any rate, despite the slight difference in the startup time, I still find this useful because this is much better than when I was starting things up manually. So now that I've tested this out, I've got this set up and I see how it works. I'm going to go get my remote charged up, and I see one of my GoPros has a somewhat low battery too, so I need to go take care of that too. If you want any more information about this, the link is in the description. Until next time.